We need a reset. What's happening? What is happening? What is happening? So, recently on the Joe Budden podcast, him and the crew start speaking on Lil Wayne. They use Jay-Z in contrast to ask the question, has Lil Wayne peaked? I have several thoughts on this, but I want to play this for y'all. And before we do me a favor, y'all, man. Spike Lee that joint, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We just talking, doing a little politicking, man. I'm not a rocket scientist. I do not know it all. I do it to the best of my ability to give a reaction and give my 2 cents. That's all. So don't take it personal. Take this with a grain of salt, unless I'm talking about the community and youth advocacy, because that's my heart. But music is a passion, y'all. Let's not go crazy about our opinions, which I do have mine, and I hope y'all have yours. So let's drop the video, and we'll be back with the commentary.
I was wanting to talk about Lil Wayne's evolution, right? Like, Drake evolves constantly because he adjusts to the time. Has Wayne evolution peaked? And does the evolution come, or is he trapped by his legacy? Meaning that, the fans expect a certain sound. Is his sound outdated? Or has evolution peaked? Like, if you look at Jay keeps evolving. Jay come back and does music. He sounds good when he does it. His lifestyle also on the front screen or in front of us shows that he's evolving, and we want to follow it. When it comes to Wayne as being one of the greats that changed the game at one point, has his evolution peaked?
I wouldn't say peak, but I will say
like, or is it
plateaued? Maybe the better word.
Or is it stagnant? Is it when we look at Wayne, right? Are we looking forward to hear something new from him? And the last time,
yes,
we are.
Yeah, I am.
I'm always looking forward.
But is this sound just the same? So are you doing it because of what?
So here's the thing with Wayne. Wayne's not. I mean, he has a couple records where he does it, where he gets vulnerable, gets transparent, tells you about his life, shit like that. But for the most part, Wayne is just rapping.
And at a high level.
Yeah, no, that's not a knock. But what I'm saying is, he's great at putting words together without saying much. If that makes sense. Like,
I concur. Huh? I concur. And
but I don't have it in me to listen to y'all live just because we're on the podcast today.
But wait, Joe, before that, Joe, wait.
Both of y'all.
We're the live.
Joe, wait, hold on, wait, guys.
Wayne has been absolutely fucking destroying features.
I want to keep up with y'all real quick. Evolution to me, and when I
want to fight with these niggas.
No, you can, Joe, but let me just say that, just please.
Go ahead.
Evolution to me, when I look at Jay, yes, he can rap, he can still rap, but I think his lifestyle surrounding it, the moves that he's making in real life makes me feel
his lyrics reflect the growth of his lifestyle. He's no longer rapping about selling drugs and shit like that.
You got it. So he's currently evolving. So what are we looking?
But that's because Jay always is talking about his life in his raps. So even from the selling drugs point, and that's what I'm saying about Wayne. Wayne wasn't really doing that. He wasn't really talking about my life.
The answer to your question is yes, Wayne is peaked. Like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Gotcha.
It's a very quick, and simple.
Peak implies it's going down.
No.
Yes. That's what a peak means.
A plateau means you
plateau is up and you're going over.
Let me fight with them.
Go ahead.
Let me have my fight with them. I don't even think y'all have a foundation to lay this argument on. Wayne, we can safely say we've seen the absolute best of. I don't give a fuck if his rhyming improves for the next 5 and 10 years. That moment in time where what he's doing is in sync with what the people backing him is doing, is in sync with how the fans are receiving him, in sync with making his best music, songs, choruses, performance, Billboard. That has happened already.
I think you're talking...
We're not getting that whole entire run, all of the joints that we have. If Wayne go get in the booth 20 times right now, none of that's coming out.
I think that you're talking
He's just doing some great rhyming.
I think you're talking about business and...
I'm talking about artistry.
Yes and no, because I think that he still raps at a very high level. I think that the external forces of the label being behind it and being in tune with the times and all that shit, yes, maybe that has passed him by, and that's fine. I think that his ability to rap is still A++. I don't think that has... I think it's plateaued.
Your ability to rap to the top is only a certain percentage of your artistry and how it's defined.
Agree, but
I'm not questioning his rap skills. When he did the Niggas Done Started Something shit a year and a half ago, anytime he get on something and raps and is focused,
he goes.
His rap skills will be indisputable. I think his peak encapsulates a little more than just that. Something you forgot. If you send him in the booth 20 times today, 30 times, 40 times, that's not coming out of there.
I disagree.
It was a moment in time.
I just
Okay, that was that. And before I jump in, I think it's important for me to say I grew up on Wayne, man. Them high school days and middle school days was epic. Throwing this out there because yes, there is a little bias because I got a lot of respect for his work ethic in the game. Now, whether we debate the music was proactive for the community or not, that's for another day. As an artist in general, you cannot deny Wayne was that man. When I watch this episode, and of course I couldn't show the video. If y'all don't know, the Joe Budden's podcast will have you copyrighted like in a matter of seconds soon as you record the actual live feed. But when I see what just took place, right? In my mind, I'm like, they're using Jay-Z. Jay-Z hasn't dropped an album in like 8 years. He was a part of a collab project 5 years ago, and he barely even does features. So I thought that was a poor referencing point when trying to compare, to give an example of why they asked the question, has Wayne peaked? And I get it. Wayne could, write the best verse ever heard the man right now. Wayne could give you dope bars right now, as he always has been doing. He never stopped dropping bangers. The problem is, in terms of what they were referencing to, at least what Joe Budden was pointing out, as far as popularity, album sales, and all that, Wayne has peaked, right? He had his run. See, you could be 40 plus and still have a run, but the problem is, at Wayne's age, he still can make a run. Any artist can. The issue is behind the scenes, right? The music execs involved, the companies involved, they're trying to put the hottest new thing, and that's just how the music business goes. So as far as peak within those contexts, as far as like billboards, as Joe pointed out, album sales, the main trending thing, Wayne has peaked. I mean, good Lord, could you imagine if social media was what it is today versus back then when he was on the rise? It would have been ridiculous, and maybe some of y'all would have gave Wayne more flowers than he's receiving, because with the whole Kendrick fiasco and Wayne, all of a sudden everybody hated Wayne. That was weird. But I don't think it's fair to ask the question, has Wayne peaked? Because you have to take into account Wayne has been in the game for nearly 30 years. That means something. Nearly 30 years in the game. I still remember when he was 13 and he wasn't that popular, but if you was in the underground Southern hip hop, realm of things, like, you remember a Wayne. Some of y'all don't, and I get it. But I watched him on the rise. I watched him at 14 start getting bigger. 15 really making noise. 16, Block is Hot. Forget about it. He was a household name at 16. What is Wayne like? 42, 43 years old? I think that's an unfair question to ask. Has he peaked? As if it's just the way they asked the question and then compared him to a Jay-Z. Jay-Z was never a child star the way Wayne was. And then for Flip to point out that, I guess because Flip had a different version of why he asked has Wayne peaked, because he see it as Jay-Z is evolving and his sound is always different, and I think that's false. And there it goes. I hate to point out the elephant in the room, but let's just be honest, man. The East Coast making comments about Southern hip hop artists always has been an unfair debate, because it's almost like a forced acceptance, trying to compare these artists versus East Coast artists. I don't think it's a fair thing to do. Not knocking Jay-Z, but when Flip said Jay-Z evolved with, the lifestyle, in terms of he means him getting money, him becoming a billionaire, and as he kept growing financially, his music mirrored that. That might be fine and dandy, but Jay-Z has never stopped correlating his life with dope. To a degree, he's always putting that and the concepts of dope and street hustling and street life. He's always tried to mirror that with his music. Whether y'all think that's evolving or not, whether y'all think, well, hustling goes hand in hand with business, which it does. My point is, Jay-Z always wanted to keep this mystique that he's this big drug dealer, that he's the biggest hustler in the world. When in actuality, if you really look into it, and no shade, music is what made him what he is. Yes, he can rap, but the way he raps and what he talks about is as if he was Pablo Escobar. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and it is what it is. But I don't think I'm ever going to be comfortable with staunch East Coast representative debating about Southern artists, and vice versa the same, because there's always going to be a bias. But more than ever, you know, history favors my take on this, because the East Coast has never, at least when I was growing up, was never accepting to Southern artists, i.e. when Outkast said, you know, they don't fuck with the South. You know, the South got something to say. And it's always been that type of love-hate relationship. So Wayne will never fully get the flowers that he deserves, despite even him being, you know, one of the top MCs in billboards and so on and so on. Even his mixtapes alone shows you the type of artist Wayne was. And I do agree that Wayne just raps, right? There's not a lot of, you know, symbolism in his raps, but he's a rapper. And damn it, he's a damn good rapper. But I do believe people will always find something to lament on, to gripe about, to complain about, you know. And then there's your usual haters that, you know, they're just gonna not like it. And I get that as well. That's why I said earlier, man, music is a passion. It's something subjective. We don't have to lose our minds about it. But to ask the question, has Wayne peaked, is unfair. He's been doing this like 30 years. Of course he's peaked. There's some questions sometimes, you know, asked and comes up that almost, it's like a shot. That's what it felt like. A shot was being taken at Wayne. Or some of you niggas really got nothing to talk about, so you just chose this as an angle. But, you know, Wayne is Wayne. He's on his, you know, victory tour. He already won in the game of rap. He won. He's doing a victory tour. Jay-Z won in the game of rap. He's doing his victory tour. They may not mirror one another, Jay-Z and Wayne's life, their financial lives, but as far as legends, they're both legends in these games. And that's what it is, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I'm gonna meet y'all there. But East Coast niggas debating Southern artists, never was my thing to listen to, but I did it for the sake of the channel. So I'ma holla at y'all.